Hi, this is Dr. Second Chance, a licensed physician, recovery coach, and person with 23 years of sobriety from alcohol use disorder and substance use disorder. The topic today is something that I find fascinating. It's the idea of gaslighting. Gaslighting. If you've been involved with addiction, you have gaslighted other people. And if you've worked with others that have been addicted, you probably have been gaslighted as well. So let's find out about gaslighting. What is gaslighting? And and what are the ways you know that you've been gaslighted? Well, the idea of gaslighting is basically a process or techniques that people use to make you question your sanity, your reality, make you feel like you're crazy. And they do this to manipulate your emotions and control your behavior as much as possible. And there are a couple of groups of people that exhibit gaslighting behavior. One is when a person has that as part of their personality, so-called personality disorders, where they're narcissistic, and they do this all the time. The other group that primarily does it is people that are in active addiction, because it is a defense mechanism of sorts to kind of shield and try to have people go away and leave you alone if they're onto your use, or it's a way of a defense mechanism to try and keep your problem a secret. But what we're probably going to talk about mainly is the idea of when it happens in the context of addiction. It definitely can happen in the context of no addiction, where you're dealing with a narcissist who is actually emotionally abusing you. And we're not talking about that this time. And so, what kinds of things would someone say if they are gaslighting you? Well, one is suppose someone finds evidence of a bottle or pills after you've promised to stop using, but you've started again. You might say, and you've been confronted with evidence. You might say, oh, that's old stuff. That's been there before. That's been there a long time. I'm holding that for a friend. That's somebody else's, these kinds of things. And so it might start with responding like that. And this may even have occurred after you've like cleaned the house, and then these needles or bottles reappear. And so it's like, then you get into an argument. And so, no, that's not mine. Yes, it is. You're using it again. No, it's not. It's somebody else's. And the next sort of kind of gaslighting that might occur is, oh, you're just overreacting. You're just crazy. You don't know how crazy you are. That's why it makes me use. Again, casting the problem on the other person, and the argument away from the fact that you've been caught with evidence. The other things, maybe you've been out and you've been drinking all night or something, and you're confronted about that, and it might be, oh, you're just overreacting, or you're just acting that way because your uncle Bill was an alcoholic. You're just reacting that way because you have friends at church that think I'm an alcoholic. And so the response can be, again, questioning your observation and what you think about reality. And so another one might be that they can actually pit people against you. You may have friends or acquaintances, and the user might be doing things like, I'm having trouble with my wife. She's being really suspicious. She's really overreacting. She's really behaving inappropriately, and I think it's because her brother had trouble with drugs. But man, she's not treating me fair. And then you find that other people are treating you different, and you're trying to figure out like why, what the heck. Um, of course, um, you can't talk about addiction without the whole idea of lying. Like if you're involved with addiction, you are going to lie about what you're doing, where you've been, what you've got hidden, how much you're using, where the money's going, all these kinds of things. I mean, I used to be on call for the hospital, and I'd tell my wife, I have to go and see a patient when I just go to drink or use. That sort of thing. I had friends that would hide bottles of doctor friends that would hide bottles of vodka in their car and at their office, and would do all kinds of things to lie and conceal their behavior. Um, the other thing uh, that gaslighting techniques do sometimes, the intention is to provoke you to anger. If you've been able to stay cool when confronting and talking about some things, then sometimes the gaslighter will know your hot buttons and just start pressing them to get you angry. And then if you do lose your cool and you yell or you know try to wrestle a drug away from somebody or something, then they will use that the next time to use against you. If they think you're using, they'll go, "You're gonna try and wrestle my something out of my pockets," or "You're just crazy." Look how angry you got for nothing the last time. Um, and sometimes another way of gaslighting somebody is to give you some false or limited evidence that you're they might show you some of your bank statements or some of the texts on your phone when they have other secret accounts that they're using to contact drug dealers. So there's sort of the showing of yeah, I'm doing some things to come clean and show you that I'm not using, but they're really hiding and lying about it. And again, these kinds of things come up whenever a drug user or someone with an addiction feels threatened about being able to get their fix and use it. And so it's primarily used as a defense mechanism. They often, once they get sober, or even times between being fully kind of stoned, you can see more normal, narcissistic behaviors. Uh, there's a few other kinds of phrases that they use. I'll go through a couple of them because I just find them interesting. You're too sensitive. Everything bothers you. Um, I never said that, or I don't remember. Um, I'm not angry when I'm angry. When they're actually angry and they're giving you the silent treatment, or they're saying I'm not angry when they're actually screaming at you. It's all your fault. And if I told you the truth, you couldn't handle it. You're too emotionally weak. Uh, or they might say something if you want to discuss the drug problem, something like you're too emotionally unstable to handle this. Um, or they might bring in other people. This is also called triangulation. Like, you're overreacting. This is why nobody else likes you. And again, it's targeted to get the other person to back down or back away. Narcissists in a close relationship, this definitely is big time emotional abuse. Another one, you're petty. So, you know, so gaslighting um, came from a 1940s movie called Gaslight, that where a guy marries a rich girl, and in order to get her money, he has to attempt to make her go crazy and get put in an asylum. And so one of the things he did is he would adjust the lights that were gas. gas fed, so sometimes they were dim or flickering, and she would say, "Oh, the lights are dim and flickering," and he'd say, "What's wrong with you? Of course they're not," just to feed in the doubt to make her doubt her reality. And so that movie was based on a play, and Bergman was in it, and I think Alfred Hitchcock produced it, and that was called Gaslit, and that's sort of where the term gaslighting came from. Anyways, if you have been an addict and in recovery, you gaslighted somebody, and maybe there are people you need to apologize and make amends for, make things right. And if you hear people using those phrases on you, they may be gaslighting you. So give it a thought. I really like people to think for themselves. And please, if you're enjoying the videos and the channel, please subscribe to the channel, Dr. Second Chance, and support the channel. And there are ways to do that in the description down below. Thank you and bye.